Assalamu alaikum. Today I am
Walaikum salam.
today I am going to have a conversation with ChatGPT about role of creativity in problem solving. We often think that problem solving is only
Go on.
about knowledge and logic, but creativity can help us discover new possibilities, approaches, and solutions. Let's explore how creativity can make us better problem solvers.
Exactly.
My first question is, what is creativity and why is it important in problem solving?
Creativity is the ability to produce original and useful ideas. It matters in problem solving because it helps you see beyond the obvious answers and find new standard methods don't work. It lets you reframe the problem, combine ideas in new ways, and imagine possibilities that logic alone might miss.
How does creativity help us in approach a problem from a different perspective?
It helps you reframe the situation, like looking at what's causing the issue from another angle, another perspective, or even questioning assumptions you didn't notice you were making. It opens new directions instead of locking you into one way of thinking.
What is the difference between problem solving using traditional method and solving it with creatively?
Traditional problem solving usually follows a set sequence, step by step, applying known formulas or rules. Creative problem solving still uses logic, but adds flexible thinking, experimentation, and openness to unusual ideas. You don't just ask what's the right way, you also ask what else could be true or possible. That often leads to more adaptable and sometimes surprisingly elegant solutions. Mind widens when you explore alternative.
Can creativity help us solve problem when there seems to be no obvious solution? How?
Yes, it helps you break the either or trap. When no clear option works, creativity lets you combine parts of different ideas, take a step back and redefine what success might look like, or even shift the goal slightly so progress becomes possible. It's about generating options, testing small ideas, learning quickly, and iterating until something workable emerges. Think of it less as magic and more as structured curiosity.
How can brainstorming
It keeps
he-
you moving when.
how can
Go
brain,
ahead.
how can brainstorming help people develop creative solution to difficult problems?
Brainstorming helps because it deliberately suspends criticism at first, giving weird, wild, or half baked ideas permission to show up. Those ideas trigger connections, someone else builds on them, and patterns start to appear. Once you gather a batch of possibilities, you can sift, refine, and combine them into practical solutions. It's a safe, generative warm up before converging on something that actually works. And it often unlocks directions you wouldn't reach by thinking alone.
What are some techniques that people can use to improve their critical thinking skills?
Try asking why 5 times to dig deeper. Challenge assumptions by flipping them. Look for evidence that could prove you wrong. And practice slow thinking, summarizing the problem in your own words before jumping in. Talk through multiple perspectives, maybe with a friend who disagrees. And after decisions, do a quick post-mortem on what worked and what didn't. Over time, that builds sharper judgment and better questions.
How does asking the right question contribute to a creative problem solving?
Good questions open doors. They surface hidden assumptions, reveal missing information, and reframe the challenge so new options become visible. A strong question focuses the search without narrowing thinking, so you explore more relevant paths faster. In short, ask better questions, get better thinking, and better solutions.
Can mistake and failure actually help us become more creative problem solvers?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Mistakes and failures are feedback. They show where an idea doesn't work, which clarifies what to try next. When you treat them as data, not verdicts, you iterate, refine, and gradually get closer to what does work. Over time, that mindset builds resilience, reduces fear of trying, and makes creativity more consistent. Failure isn't the opposite of progress, it's one of the guides.
How can teacher encourages creativity and problem solving skill among students?
Yeah, let me check some strategies. Yes, teachers can nurture those skills by using open ended questions, encouraging multiple approaches, running brainstorming sessions, giving real world problems, allowing experiments, and normalizing failure as learning. The big idea is to shift from memorizing to thinking. When students feel safe to question, try, get it wrong, and try again, creativity and problem solving grow naturally. It turns the classroom into a lab, not just a listening room.
How can technology and artificial intelligence help people become more creative when solving problems?
Mhm. Checking that real quick. Tech and AI can boost creativity by generating ideas, simulating scenarios, offering rapid feedback, and making collaboration easy. The key is to treat AI as a thinking partner, not a copy paste machine. Use it to brainstorm, test, and refine, while students still do the critical thinking. That mix curiosity, critical thinking, and independent problem solving.
I have some 9 questions left, and we have three less than 3 minutes.
Go ahead.
So keep the question short as possible. So can you give a real life example where creativity helps solve a difficult problem?
Sure. Group yeah. Say a class has to design a low cost water filter for a community project. Instead of one right answer, teams brainstorm multiple designs, test small prototypes, learn from what fails, combine good features, and iterate until it's practical and affordable. That process builds creative thinking and collaboration while producing something useful.
What role does teamwork play in creative problem solving?
Teamwork brings different perspectives together, so blind spots shrink and ideas can collide and combine in good ways. It also creates shared ownership, which boosts motivation and accountability, especially when roles are clear and disagreements are handled constructively. Diverse teams do need good communication, but when that clicks, their problem solving becomes more creative and more reliable than solo work.
How can we overcome fear of failure, which often prevents people from thinking creatively?
Start by reframing failure as data, not humiliation. Take small, safe to fail steps. Reflect briefly on what each try teaches you, and celebrate learning rather than being perfect. The more you practice that loop, the less fear drives your choices, and the more curiosity takes over, which is where creativity actually thrives.
How can creativity help professionals deal with challenges in the workplace?
Mhm. It helps people reframe problems, adapt processes, and invent practical workarounds when routines no longer fit. It encourages experimenting in small, low risk ways, learning quickly, and scaling what's effective. That mindset makes change less threatening and turns challenges into opportunities to improve.
What daily habit can a person develop to become a more creative problem solver?
Pick 10 minutes a day to note one problem you noticed and list 3 wild possible fixes. Don't judge them, just write them. Over time, that trains flexible thinking, lowers fear of wrong ideas, and makes creative solutions more natural when real issues pop up. Small, consistent practice beats big, rare bursts.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for this insightful conversation. Today, we learned that creativity is not limited to artists or
You're
inventors.
welcome.
It is valuable skill for everyone. By looking at problems from different perspectives, asking better questions, learning from mistake, combining creativity with logic, we can
Mhm.
find better solution. Creativity turns problem into opportunities to think, learn, and innovate. Thank you for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Beautifully said. Take care and keep nurturing that curious mindset.